Let's now move on to location. The space the shorebirds inhabit here affords us a wonderful opportunity to connect with a lot of people about the plight of the shorebirds and how we can help. But it also means we need to find ways to protect it from being loved to death. This location also has easy access for people who are able to offer help. As a volunteer group, we are working to protect what shorebirds we still have left. Some species have declined by over 80% in just 3 decades. Migratory birds are very loyal to their non-breeding home, and once a beach nester has found their beach, they return year after year. The pied oyster catchers, after a 20-year absence, have come back as storms during this time returned the beach to a state they prefer to nest on, flat and open. As this edge of the Royal has both feeding grounds and suitable roosting sites, the migratory birds keep returning even though the beach and tidal flat sees an ever-increasing number of people visiting. But really, where else can they go? Space for shorebirds all around the country keeps disappearing, and therefore the areas that shorebirds are still able to share with us people, crowding onto their feeding and resting grounds, should be supported in any way that we can. Shorebirds are particularly vulnerable as their feeding and roosting areas are frequently used by people, thus increasing the birds' energy demands. These demands come about because of disturbance, having to constantly fly from people using the areas for a variety of reasons and also competing with people for food. For example, pumping for bait removes food sources and also disturbs the sediment layers where the invertebrates live, which the birds eat. When the migratory birds arrive back from their long flights, they can be too weak to get out of the way of a dog that is just out for some exercise. Runoff from garden fertilisers can change the range of food species, with some organic pollutants causing issues such as making shorebird eggs thin-shelled, brittle or too hard. No Goldilocks syndrome here, as that list did not contain any just right. Dredging can also have a significant impact on the bird's feeding area. The suspended sediment produced can change water quality, affecting both marine flora and fauna, and that sediment could smother the subtidal and intertidal communities bearing organisms and habitats such as seagrass, leaving it open to invasive species. Depending upon the nature of the material in the dredging area, it can release organic matter, nutrients and contaminants. Shorebirds cannot ingest food continually over an entire low tide, as their limited gut capacity leads to a digestive bottleneck, so shorebirds feed both day and night each low tide to account for this. So let's have a look at our beach nesting birds, one of the stars of our project, the oyster catchers that cause so much fuss.